first footages of the Model S in China. We have a convention currently being held in Shanghai, so we will be seeing the Tesla robot and the Model S in China. Furthermore, we will check out the first footages of a car without any sensors. You clearly see you can get into a struggle mode here if you don't have the help. But again, we are still waiting for Tesla to give us an update. This will especially be a discussion in the next few weeks as European customers will receive their first car in Europe right now without any ultrasonic sensors. Now, looking into Austin, as I mentioned in the past 2 days, we had a lot of expansion talks when it comes to Giga Berlin. Today, I would like to mention what's actually going on in Austin. What is the potential over the next few years? Now, talking about the next few years, we do know that there are construction companies having contracts of about 5 years. That is what rumors are saying. So we can kind of get an idea how long construction and new buildings will be done in this area. Now in the red line, you see what we have seen before Tesla started the production, the site where we have the current factory. Now the green line is indicating where Tesla has the possibility to build construction sites. If it's for the production, if it's for other projects, it doesn't matter. So Tesla has a lot of room to expand, and that is very interesting because if you look how many factories they could put here, this is easily 6 or 7 in the same size they have right now. Again, Tesla might be building a battery cell production, which might be as well like in Nevada in a very big size. Maybe they're going to build another factory where they are able to further expand the small EV production as we have the Cybertruck Model Y in the current production site. And we furthermore will have as well maybe the Semi over here. Now for Panasonic, Panasonic kicks off Kansas EV battery plant construction next month. We have talked about this in the last weeks. There was a lot of announcements and now it looks like they are moving forward. So that is a very good sign. I'm glad to see more battery cell production in the US. This is further a step forward to get more independent when it comes to China. Now we also looked into Giga Berlin and we have talked about the expansion happening here. We clearly see the wood is gone and we will receive in Europe and in the US soon new updates when it comes to the announcement for traffic. Now, normally you have all options that you're currently using. If you're listening to Spotify, the music would be muted and you would hear what's happening with the traffic announcement. This is something Tesla might bring very soon, but they're also going to use every single Tesla to predict what's happening when we have highway closures or a lot of traffic. So if one car is in a different area where you're going to be in 1 hour based on your destination that you put into your map, Tesla could use the information from that other car and give it to you so they can predict what's actually happening in that area and make the estimation much, much more exact. So that would be very good for traffic as well. Now, as I predicted for the European market, we currently don't get too many carriers. We have the first carrier moving to Japan. Australia received one as well. So it's actually exactly happening the way as I mentioned. 15 carriers for the German market are on their way. We're going to have for the German market at least new carriers on the 10th of November. There should be more carriers coming that are moving to Europe, but those should be for Great Britain. So Tesla is kind of dividing here when it's coming to the carriers and where they go. We're definitely going to see now more shipments going to Japan, Korea, and Australia. Now, when we talk about the VIN numbers, there are different opinions about that, and Troy has indicated that those VIN observed here in Norway are not so accurate because you have a lot of jumps in between the numbers. So what I like to mention here, I don't believe Giga Berlin is at a production rate of 3,000 cars per week yet. I do believe we are currently at around 2,600 cars and approaching towards 3,000, but we are not there yet. I don't believe that, even though Tesla has been speeding up production, but last number was 2,200. I believe we could be on the way to 2,600 right now. Now, when it comes to the energy and services, we also see that the energy business has been quite a hard ride for Tesla. But now in the last 2 quarters, finally, Tesla was able to go into a gross margin of 11.2 and 9.3%. And we could actually connect that with the Megacharger factory and of course more scaling, and with that reducing costs. So finally they have achieved, after a very, very long time, 2 profitable quarters or gross margins in the energy business, and that is very exciting. What is more exciting than that even is that Tesla demonstrated the FSD beta for California transportation officials, including outside consultants the automaker previously sought to bar from the event. The event was held last week at the Sacramento headquarters of the DMV. Now that is a very good news, but because at the end of the day you need to move everybody in one boat, you have to talk to them. There are officials that need to be convinced by the technology, so getting them all together is a very smart move. I will be very excited. I'm actually very excited to see what the reaction will be over the next few months, so we can kind of get a feeling where the official statement will be if people from the transportation department are actually now convinced that this, what Tesla is doing here, is not a harm for the environment. Now, looking into the deliveries for the European market, there is supposed to come 18,000 Model Y from Shanghai, 44,000 for Model 3. The difference is clear here because Tesla has to deliver a lot of Model 3 to the European market. Those are still the missing Model 3, especially due to the lockdown in Q2. But we have seen a lot of VIN allocations in the past few days. So this is making me actually very happy, very positive, that many people out there will receive a Model 3 in the next few weeks. For the Model Y, and especially for the Model Y Performance, I do see the hardest time here, and I'm sad because I do believe many people won't get their Model Y Performance this year, especially if you're from the UK. So thank you very much for being here today. I really appreciate your time and wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much for your support.